It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargemus, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space? Indeed. It has been my obsession these last few years, hewn by my own hands from stone in Ardra, and no small degree of melancholy. I suspect it will be my last great labor before this body is returned to the earth, and I am returned to my god. If I am, it is from an affliction that death will not cure. But no, brother, I am only very old. My light is waning. As Aethys' essence leaves the world, I am leaving with him. His essence has kept me alive for centuries, and soon we will enter the longest night. Indeed, my soul has dwelled in this form for centuries, beyond even the lifespan of the longest-lived elf. My lord Aethys inspired my birth in the same year the kingdom of Adir was founded. You might say my birth heralded the empire you now serve. Many, yes. Some that inspired awe, others dread. For a time, I proselytized among the colonists who first settled Eir Glanfath. I held the door of my parish church against an onslaught of Glanfathan raiders, and I watched them fall prostrate before my light. I tended the wounded in the broken stone war, the war of black trees, the war of defiance. And in many wars that were never given the dignity of a name, and since have been forgotten. I can hardly recall them anymore. The Deerwood has been a troubled place since the very moment of its inception. Conflicts erupted as regularly as spring flowers, to bloom and die as swiftly. So, there is always some dark corner in need of light, if you'll indulge me in the metaphor. Truthfully, I had been jailed for proselytizing in Colklin, and it was to the colonies I was exiled. So it was the Deerwood or death. I had nowhere else to go. Is that what they're calling him now? I heard the man that was Widewin speak when he was but a farmer. He had a presence even then, furious, incandescent. It was astonishing, his power. I wonder, had my lord already made a home in his body by then? Did my lord share with Widewin his plans to wage a pointless, bloody war while wearing the poor man's face? What a grave injustice. To have your body stolen and be made into a saint. Tragic Widewin. Pitiable Widewin. I grieve for what became of him. God help me. I do. That is a question for my lord. I have asked him many times, but even when he spoke to me, he would not say. I suspect it is his essence that has kept me alive, and now that he has abandoned this world, well, I soon expect to die. In prayer, in dreams, as I ate and loved and labored, his voice was a constant murmuring in my ear. But when I spoke to him, He never did reply. So, do not mistake his talking for a conversation. He only wanted to be heard. Not anymore. About 630, yes. Give or take a decade. One does lose count. Because you are my brother, and I want someone to know. Be welcome, for you have found it. People like you and I once sought this place in moments of spiritual turmoil, when the world and our souls could not find rest. Moments of war, famine, massacres, when those such as us are called upon to speak the gods' wills and to lead. But I have seen not one of us these last 3 years, and it is rare indeed that pilgrims come to pray. Perhaps our meeting now is the work of immortal hands. I pray that it is so. Godlike. Such a meager word for us, who are the gods' eyes and ears and hearts. We are the phenomena through which the gods experience the world. We are as like the gods as a finger is like a man. You and I and our raptured brethren, we are the gods themselves.
That's all very poetic, but it doesn't answer the question. Is this place special to godlikes?
It had been once, when we were legion, but no longer. Our kind came here to find fellowship and understanding in a world determined to bend us to its purposes. Consider a child of Rimagond. Yoked to the Oryx's will, they are born already in decay. They are divine lepers, revered and reviled both. Their burdens are immeasurable, but they have been touched by the divine, so their gifts are as well. Only those like us can truly understand that balance, its agonies and its ecstasies. I am as you are, though I do not care for the word. Aethys the Dawn-Treader is my lord and patron. If you will forgive me saying so, I am surprised to meet you here. Even before the vanishing of our kind, it had been some years since a child of Galawain came to speak with me. And I have never seen a member of the Lord of the Hunt's coterie whose visage resembles yours. Ah, of course. I should not have assumed. I have had the great privilege to speak with thousands of our kind during my long life. And you do not resemble a single one of them. But if not Galawain, I cannot imagine who else among the Pantheon might have blessed you. My relationship with my lord has oftentimes been the one succor through difficult seasons of my life. I hope that when you find your patron, it is the same for you. May I ask, as a god's child, did your earthly parents love you? Yes, as it was with me. There are many theories, which the holy and learned of Eora have only just begun to argue. But you did not ask me for theories. Frankly, I do not know for certain. However, I believe the gods are preparing for war. A war of all against all. A struggle between destiny and design. Who yokes the soul of the world? Whose machinations turn the wheel? Who acts and whom is acted upon? That is the ultimate power, brother. The only power there is. To decide the fate of another, and to make it so. For so long as we have lived, it is the gods who have decided for us. But change is possible, if we are brave enough to want it. And Kith have lately grown very brave indeed. I suppose it's not impossible, but the gods typically make themselves known to us in our earliest days, before we have left the comfort of the womb. They are present in our hearts and mind before we even have a notion of I at all. I am sorry. Yours is an unusual case. Tell me, this voice in your head, do you want it to be your god? Other than a symptom of madness, you mean? You do not seem especially troubled. No more than any Kith subject to life's uncertainties. As to what the voice is, if it is unlikely to be a god, I cannot say. It may be a particularly powerful soul attempting to control you, or the echoes of a past life. Perhaps it is the sending of an archmage, or some ancient construct of Engwithan make. Or it may just be the beginnings of the Dream Scourge. Whatever this voice is, I suspect only an expert in souls can say. An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Right. Maps, ropes, pitons, rugged boots, water for days, people down here looking for stuff.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here? It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters, to read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know? That is a shame. Without knowing more, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Although, perhaps you might assist me with something.
Right. Here.
You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way. I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, brother.
Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here?
They didn't come the same way we did. I'll remind you, we had to swim here. And look, there's no way these people died of natural causes. Murder usually leaves a mark.
It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed.
Corpses left here with no obvious death marks or struggle wounds? All I'm saying is, I'm not seeing any reason to rule him out.
Yeah, I heard most of them drop dead at the same time. If you believe the priests and watchers, the gods ripped their souls clean out of their bodies after Aethys clobbered the wheel. But nobody's sure what really happened, and the gods aren't in a hurry to explain. Whatever the reason, I suspect this whole island's lucky they didn't take you. Anyway, all we have to go on is conjecture. A statue of Aethys, and a bunch of Adiran corpses. So, we're doing great.
Corpses left here with no obvious death marks or struggle wounds? All I'm saying is, I'm not seeing any reason to rule him out.
You think he's building a what? A giant animat?
Do I even want to know what an animat is?
An animancer could explain it better, but they're basically suits of armor brought to life by bound souls.
Right. I knew I didn't want to know.
The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Aethys, right? There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Ukaizo. Perhaps the Oracle knows the truth, or perhaps he's just as lost as we are. Aethys is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire. Now, we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
You have been gone some time. Do you carry the splinter of Aethys? The splinter of Aethys is a sliver of shinbone from my lord's titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond, the splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power. To illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice. Yes, the earthquakes, and the roots that seem to always accompany them. They are not a new occurrence, I'm afraid. This land has always had an unstable quality to it. But it has worsened in recent years, grown violent. Is it my work the land abhors? Is it the arrival of your Emperor's soldiers? Or are these tremors merely the convulsions of this island's lone volcano? You will need the scientific minds of Emerald Stair to tell you, for I certainly cannot say. Whatever the cause, the disturbances are getting worse. I fear this whole place could collapse at any moment. Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine. Yes! You and you alone see my purpose clearly. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves. With your help, I shall give them a new commission. To prosecute the redemption of a god. Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect? Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethis's body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me through it. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he resonates with the splinter yet, as I do. If I am correct, when it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done. All that is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest. Will you do it?
Me? If I ever suggest helping some crazy Nimdu bring a statue to life for religious reasons, please kill me then and there.
Look, I'm all for second chances, but restoring the god who started the Saints' War and left a trail of corpses in Deadfire? Even I can see that's a bad idea. And I can't imagine a worse fate than spending an eternity as one of those poor souls stuck with him. I've heard I can change him before.
I cannot say. But when I return to the wheel, I pray I do not see Aethys there, for it will mean that I have failed. You see, my brother, you must understand. I am willing to endure a life of greatest loneliness, so that he may repent. Aethys is weak, if he persists at all. He expended tremendous soul energy manifesting in the body of Moros Nua and marching it across the Deadfire. By the time he reached Ukaizo, he was spent, and used the very last of his power to destroy the wheel. The god that is left is but a wisp of purpose, floating through the beyond. It is that wisp I will capture. I see. Why? Then I shall simply take the splinter from your corpse. I do not wish to pursue violence, but I will if I must. This is the work of my life. Now, the relic, if you please. Thank you. Once you have placed the splinter into the statue, power my devices just over there. Together, we will observe the results. Oh. My god Aethys, are you there? No! It's not working! My lord Aethys has not returned. Something is missing from my design. Something I did not account for. It must be the chime. Without its ringing, he cannot hear the statue's call. My brother, will you join my holy work and lend your chime to the cause? No. This statue, its purpose, It has been the sole focus of my every waking moment from the instant Aethys left the world. The elaborate construction you see around us was not my original intent. It came with time. All the result of many tests and many failures. How could the world forgive me if I stopped? It seemed I was always a hair's breadth from success. Iron, blood, oil, Ardra, essence. Now, the relic. The very body of a god. You see, there is always another parameter to adjust. But I believe success is near at hand. And you, rare and perfect you will be my last. You cannot ask me that. If you knew all that I have done, how arduously I have labored. No! I would sooner give my soul over to Rimagant and let it be trammeled beneath his hooves for all eternity. That can't be true. Aethys cherishes Kith. He loves us. He wouldn't break the wheel and doom us just to satisfy himself. He wants mortal Kith to hold him to account. He needs it. No. 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 You have beheld my statue. You have carried the splinter of Aethys. You witnessed my power and the power of my lord. My brother, please. Why do you make me doubt? But then, why did he leave? Why did he leave without me? What did I do wrong? Why does he not love me? Oh my God, what do I do now? I have much to consider. Excuse me. I must pray.
It wakes, a host, form-given life. One day when we are free, we could return here, dwell in this body, feel the earth again. But it is a sprout, fragile. It must sleep here undisturbed, a secret you could keep. Tell us, will you give us this gift? A shard of Ardra tethers it to us. Yet it is weak. A quagmire of essence occludes its veins. If we had time to tend it, perhaps we could find a way. We are not sure. Could we touch the world? Walk in the ocean? Sift our fingers through sand? This prison holds us, silences us. The years fade like leaves. We have no memory of summer, warm fire, soothing rain. We could walk gently in this body, tend, grow, learn anew. But we must claim it. A vessel to hold us. We will remember this. The Ardra strains. It aches, a choking barricade of souls. Essence like mud, we cannot swim here. It must be flushed out. Free this obstruction. Then, when our prison bars fall, we will see.
Ah, it's you. I have prayed over what you said, that I should travel to the Deadfire and help put right all that Aethys destroyed. I will do it, and I will pursue it with the fullness of my attention through the last of my days. Before I leave this place, I was hoping you might tell me, what became of my statue? Oh, I hope you know what you are doing. I have to believe that is for the best. Thank you for releasing me from this burden. For the first time in decades, I feel light. I hope we will meet again, my friend. If not in this life, then the next. Perhaps on my next turn about the wheel, when I am new and free. I fear you have a long and difficult journey ahead, envoy of Adir. I leave you with my blade. I do not need it any longer.
Envoy, we didn't realize you were in the area.
2 guards, wine, and a dead body. There's a story here.
Not anymore. We have the situation in hand.
Bon and I caught this man trying to load a crate onto the lift. Turned out he was smuggling animancy equipment.
So we've closed this lift down, as a precaution.
Oh, I'm sure he's got some hidey hole around here where he stored this stuff. Where he took it after, though, I couldn't say.
We've heard of bandits using this lift to sneak past the gatehouse, too. It seems the locals have been looking the other way for some time.
In the meantime, sorry, you'll have to go back to the main road.
Haven't searched him yet. We were only meant to be keeping watch, you understand? You're welcome to take a look if you think you'll find anything useful.
I'll ask you to refrain from using the lift, though.
Well, since you're the envoy, I suppose we can't stop you.
But if you bring so much as an Audra stone with you, we'll find out.
Well, I'll be chomped by a Zarep queen. You're that godlike from the docks. I can't believe my luck. Nothing all year, and then boom, interesting strangers just falling out of the sky. As a matter of fact, I have. Indeed, a young dwarf and his crew stopped by. Seemed agitated, like they were afraid of someone. They were asking all sorts of people. Seems like I was the only one willing to really speak to them. They were asking where they could find luminous Audra, of all things. Can't imagine what they'd needed it for. I said they were most likely out of luck, but I might know somewhere they might find some if they looked hard enough. Not long ago, a group of animancers looked to carry out some experiments into teleportation. They carried their instruments and a healthy supply of luminous Audra to the island of Castel's Folly. It's possible there's some still there. Oh, I'm afraid not. No, those people were never seen again. That's why I think their Audra might still be there. Question, why are you looking for those sailors? Did the Valian captain send you? I don't know much, but one of the smugglers whispered the name Captain Bardato and spit on the ground. The name sounded Valian to me. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Oh no, I imagine a Valian sea captain knows better than to spend time among all these Adiran soldiers. The folks you're looking for are probably getting themselves killed searching for Audra that probably isn't there. I can tell you wouldn't listen to me if I warned you not to go to Castle's Folly, so I wish you luck.
Hey, it's the envoy!
Envoy, hey!
I swear, I owe you the world.
I owe him the world. He saved my life, remember?
Yeah, you only told me about 100 times.
Hey, where's Yeda? Is everyone else on their way?
No. Oh, gods. Does he mean...
They didn't make it, Offric. I'm sorry.
But you saved Cadman. You couldn't save them? Or you didn't try?
What happened?
I can't understand this.
Hey, Offric, hey, listen. We always knew that was a risk, right? And we told ourselves.
Better to go out at the bottom of the world or the top. And dying in bed like Granda, asking what if.
Did you avenge them? Is the Oracle dead?
You know what? Don't ask.
At least they got justice.
And I got my brother back.
Don't be a baby. You would have been fine without me.
What I mean to say is, we're grateful, Envoy. Ambassador Heelgard has written to Expedition Command back in High Crown to see if they'll let us come home.
Oh, while we wait for their reply, I thought...
Wait. Let me guess. Mermaid's Den.
You told him?
It was a moment of weakness. I thought I was dead. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to give you this. It belonged to our grandfather. He'd always wanted to join the Corps, but life got in the way. When we were recruiting, he gave it to us to remind us to live well.
We take turns. Cadman had it last, so he gets to decide what we do with it. Well, I'm sure you've got big envoy things to do.
I don't know if you heard, but there's a plague on and everything.
If you're ever in High Crown, look us up.
Yeah, we can drink to the Corps together.
Well, if you're looking for Tala, he's dead. And if you're not, you can shove off. We got nothing for adherence here.
Jago, don't you ever get tired of offending people?
I've got diplomacy for you. It's called my foot to your face. Time was, people in Paradise used to have principles. Principles like, get what's mine and keep yourself to yourself. Then you came and memories got short about that sort of thing. But the Sparrowhawks, we remember. It's not much of a heat, but it's more than you can say for yourself. The Emperor's favourite envoy, killed as soon as he shows up. Not your finest hour. Is that so? What are you playing at?
Careful, don't give away all your tricks.
Ah, that vixen at the bathhouse put you up to this. I wondered if there might be more to her than a pretty face. Well, forget it. You can't have it. How many times do I have to tell you to fuck off? You leave that death guard out of it. Alright, but listen close. I'm not gonna repeat myself. The day I got it, I saw Ludwig's men sniffing round the docks. Now, they didn't cross my path, but I don't believe in coincidences. That shipment is cursed, and dealing with you numbskulls is one thing. But the Garrote? That's another. Beats me. But I saw what they were like in the Deadfire. I'm not tangling with them again. And now that you're here, half the city will be watching me. So leave, before I make you.
If the Steel Garrote are onto you, you're lucky we found you first.
shit. Yeah, I had a feeling it'd come to this one of these days. Better a crooked adherent than Ludwig wearing my skin. Take it. Go straight to the bathhouse. And don't let anyone follow you. If this makes it back to me, give the mistress my regards.
You don't have to say anything. The letter will do the talking for you. Sort of. Maybe you can help. I was seeing this girl, Nasha, down at the bathhouse. I'm sure it was just business at first, but we fell in love. I haven't been in a while, though. And the thing is, I've met someone else. I suppose. Still, I can't just abandon her. I wrote her a letter, but I'm too cowardly to deliver it. If you're headed that way, would you mind giving it to her? Thank you. I used to wonder why no one talked about this. Now I understand. Nasha should be working right now. The place is called the Mermaid's Den. It's the big one with the balcony and the round window.
Any sign of my shipment? You did? And I thought I could talk my way out of anything.
Makes you appreciate why the Empire sent him here.
You're going to stop talking right now if you know what's good for you.
Careful. This shipment was smuggled for a reason.
Don't you realize walls have ears? If you knew how much was at stake here, you wouldn't have brought it up. I'm the only one left for the people of Paradise to turn to. It took you this long to realize that? You're more naive than I thought. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I'm no fool. I know what happens when the Steel Garrote comes to town. I saw them drag my mother off back home. One more midwife for their cause. I am not going to lie down and let you do the same to me. Are you serious? If I don't go out often, you're right. They shouldn't suspect. It was right there all along. And Gods, maybe I am a fool. Thank you, Envoy. You've done me a favor I won't forget. Come back anytime. I'll leave the light on for you.
Are you here to see Juliana? Or can I help you with something else? Belia? But she hasn't come by in a couple of months. Did something? Oh, I understand. Of course, it all makes sense now. That poor girl. She thinks everything that goes wrong is her fault. I'm glad she's found someone. Yes, I did. Just not in the way she thought I did. Or perhaps not in the way she wanted. Thank you for bringing that letter, though. I was worried about her. I'll send one back. That should make her feel better.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about Juliana. I know you're not asking my opinion, but for what it's worth, I appreciate you understanding her situation. I couldn't agree with you more. Out here, you've got to live and let live. Principles are one thing, but you can't let them get in the way of basic decency. I wish more of your countrymen took that view. Then I've got answers. Some of them may even be true. I'm well past seconds myself, if we're counting. Even decent people make mistakes, and the rest of us can grow, with a little time and grace. If I had to list them all, we'd be talking all night. Anyway, if this place can't give us misfits and screw-ups a second chance, what hope do we have? You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about? Long enough that he's got a good roster of stories about my blunders in the wilds, which he'll remind us of constantly. He's got a soft heart under that gruff exterior. He feels things more deeply than he lets on, so if he burns the stew one evening, maybe don't mention it. That's just how he shows affection. He's deeply loyal to people once he gets to know them, and he likes companionship more than he lets on. He just has a funny way of showing it. I think he left Gallowayne's tusks suddenly, and under unfortunate circumstances. He's never spoken directly about it, but that's what I put together, and it explains a lot. Losing home, losing the people who gave you a sense of yourself, it leaves a mark. But don't tell him I told you that. Seriously. Give him time, and don't rush the process. Think of him like a skittish little cub. He just needs to get used to you, but he'll come around once he does. Definitely don't tell him I said that. Okay, but only if you let me turn that question around once I've answered you. I think you've been trusted with a nearly impossible task. When we first met, I thought that was because you made some powerful enemies back home. But as I've gotten to know you, I think that if anyone can stop the Dream Scourge, it's you. At the end of the day, I'm proud to fight alongside you. And there you have it. Your turn now. Oh, well, that's nice of you to say. I don't mean to be rude. That's just more praise than I've probably earned. Enough about me, right?
Ask away. Yes, I did. The less we talk about that, the better. I see. Let's lay this out, Envoy. I can tell you've got survival training of your own. I don't need to know if you loved your daddy or not. Now, we just met, Envoy, and I'm here to do a job. Maybe we'll be best of friends someday, but this isn't that day. Best we just keep things professional. All right. Can't say you'll get a different answer, though. Well, I'm one of the very few people who spends most of their time out in the wilds and haven't gotten themselves killed yet. I know the difference between hay-bleed toxin and high-tox bloom, which is something you should be really thankful for. And you know the Ballarok and the Grinning Ballarok? No, but I am one of the few who have seen a Ballarok and lived. Mostly because I had the brains to run the Dragu out of there. The key is survival. I understand that, and a lot of people don't. And that's why they're dead, and I'm still here. We're gonna get you where you're going, Envoy. Alive and with as few blithe tail bites as possible. That, more or less, is all you need to know about me. Oh? Do tell. More often than you think. Someone's always trying to get a reputation by going after people who have one. Turns out those of us who have a reputation sometimes came by it honestly. No, I didn't poison that drink. Even the rankest Nimdut walking doesn't deserve that kind of death. They clearly heard about my reputation and thought I'd do something like that. Question is, why would he drink from that cup? Yes, wanted to be the big man. Pride is one of the best ways to deliver poison. If he was a real hunter, he'd have studied his target and known what I was capable of. Lucky for me, he was just a tourist in need of a good reminder. We've already talked about this. I hope this isn't going to be a problem. Right. Well, until then, let's just keep things professional. What do you need? Same one you are. What kind of blessed question is that? Oh, huh. I see. I sometimes use lember without really thinking about it. That's what you mean, right? Oh, does it? Well, obviously that's why I do it. I'm sure you'll pick it up as we travel. It's not that blessed difficult. Right, changing the subject. What do you need? Companions? It's just Kai, isn't it? As you know, Kai and I have worked together in the past. It's a blessed miracle he never got me killed. Honestly, he's a good guy. A bit too quick to ask questions for my taste, but... Kai's good enough. Tell him I said that I'll cut a hole in your water skins. Right. What do you want to know? Word is the hunting in the Strangleroot has been a lot better since someone cleared out the diseased bear that lived out there. I never hunt out there, but a lot of people owe someone a word of thanks and a half a jug of Wodak. Too easy. Too many amateurs out there. Someone's always getting hurt or squabbling over a kill. If you know what you're doing, you can get good game just about anywhere. The Strangleroot's like buying meat from the market.
Thoughts and whispers, we feel them rumble beneath the surface. We smell conflict. Kith turn on kith. We do not understand. An ancient place. The exiles' place. They come on foreign ships. Exiles grafted from other trees. The salt clings to their hair. The scent of distant shores to their skin. Branches unimpeded. Why? A new season. Wipe the slate. But the ground stirs. New roots seek to grow taller than the old. They bring banners, arrows, swords. What do they seek from us? Blood thickens the stream. Wolves fighting for territory. Is the instinct to conquer innate? The tiger builds his den beside the lions. Anxious peace. Wait. We have forgotten something. A memory we misplaced. We reach for it. It calls to us. A past. Theirs. Ours. The layers of the land. It whispers in the eastern wilds. This is all we know. We learn much. Sleep now. Dream of warm tides and purple leaves.